Welcome to Riverbend Talon on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
That's right, Lydia. Another edition on a Thursday night. Also brought to you by Mr. Matt Van Boers of Macias Insurance. And I'm Dennis, and also known as Bash. And Pigpen, you know, it occurred to me, because this is the Road to Point Fest weekend. We got 4 area bands going to participate in that.
We've already had one.
Right, and they sold the most tickets to advance in their round, and it occurred to me that everyone in this room, including our guests, Fragile Porcelain Mice tonight, have horror stories about selling tickets on shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, yeah, we will have to.
But they get to sell some at the pageant, and probably don't work as hard doing that as we did back.
No, we don't sell those. We're not moving any tickets. That's not us. We may actually be like, I got to wear a mask and watch that.
Right. Do you guys got like an ugly friend you like to stand next to sometimes?
Absolutely.
That's us.
That's us.
We're that band friend that you put on a bill where you're just like, we're gonna look real good. We're gonna look real good.
Audio,
that's what we're there for.
Audio and visually.
Very visually.
Visually. I'm going to say, though, that to be the ugly friend, standing next to them, or to be first so they look better is better than what I usually was. Most of the bands I was in, we got the clear out set.
Oh, we've done that before,
We
too.
were there strictly to get everybody out the door in 5 minutes because we were so bad.
There was a while there where the places would have, like, the main band would be, like second, or what? And then
right, like the actual kind of opener would be
that in St. Louis. I remember we cleared out a few rooms.
Used to do that too.
Yeah, Kansas City used to do that too. Yeah, we cleared out a few rooms.
You play last, and you're like, oh yeah, well that's why.
We cleared out.
They didn't want us to do that.
But we've been there.
The first time you see them put you there, you're like, oh, we're going to go last?
We're
going after Testament.
Yeah, right. It's sort of like being the 3 a.m. band at Pops. You're like going, well, I mean, I guess we're technically the last band.
Now, I remember one time that happened. It was, I want to say, a Warp Tour. Our good mutual friend, Graham Pagano, me and him were over there at a Warp
droppers.
Tour. I know. I'll call him by his real name, Stewie Pantago. And anyway, we were over there, and they had Suicidal Tendency was the big name.
Sure.
But then after them, like on a small stage, everybody's leaving. The whole place is clearing out. But this little band called Molotov played. And they were awesome. We sat there going, these guys, why did everybody leave, man?
Right.
I bought their album. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
You
figured it out.
It happens.
But live, they were really good.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's what we tell people when we're trying to sell records, too. Listen, we're really good live.
Yeah.
The record doesn't do us justice.
Yeah. By any means necessary. Yeah.
So you guys got a Thanksgiving show coming up. I'm sure of it because I smell turkey in the air.
Again.
Well, yeah, it's a day after Thanksgiving. I think the Thanksgiving shows, we may have to do it around, because we're playing Friday after Thanksgiving.
Correct.
And then I think our average, the medium age for our fans, 63, I guess, probably would be. It's like Thanksgiving's tough now. Like when you're in your 20s, you wanted to get out and get away. You had more.
Now you're the parent that your children are trying to run away from.
And people get. I would hear people I think we did last time we did on actual Thanksgiving. I just heard a lot of people say, "Oh, I couldn't make it out. I mean, I fell asleep or."
Yeah. I actually have to make the turkey.
Yeah, I have responsibilities and stuff like that. So it's the Friday after. So it's starting to be Black Friday like tradition, I guess now.
Sure, right.
And the Thanksgiving Fragile Porcelain Urge. That's where it all started, right? Was With the Urge playing a Thanksgiving show, and you guys
used to do that all the time, and I don't know. I'm still not sure how we tricked them into getting onto those shows, and then
they transitioned to Christmas after,
right?
And then we took over the Thanksgiving.
We just kind of took it over,
yeah. And that's been going on how many years now? You don't know. I don't know why I'm looking at
probably
decades.
Yeah, it was it's probably started 95, 96, I guess maybe.
Played most of them. We've played most of them. Yeah.
And by the way, to the people people out in radio world. We're talking to Dave and Scott. It's, Dave Winkler and Scott Randall of Fragile Porcelain Mice. Winkler. And
we don't want to go through that.
There we go.
I don't want to go down that QAnon trap there.
So that's who the voices are that you're hearing.
Or some of the voices. I don't know. You may be hearing other voices because you might be insane if you're listening to this at this point.
That's a great point.
Nothing that there's wrong with being insane.
No. And you can listen to the other voices as long as they're not telling you to come down to the radio station and harm us.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for
fine.
that. Yeah. Like last time.
Yeah, like last time there was pitchforks and torches.
Right.
Listen, no one's more surprised that I'm here than me right now. Really, after the last time.
Oh, wasn't that long ago you were with us with DiBiase, though, right?
Well, I know.
You had protection or something?
Short memory.
Okay.
I think it's just, it's early onset Alzheimer's, probably.
Do you guys have like muscle with you?
I had Dave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dave's pretty strong.
Dave talk us out of anything pretty much.
He's smooth.
Yeah, he's pretty smooth.
He's pretty smooth and tough.
Yeah, he'd just be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And just be like, "I don't even know why I wanted to hurt you guys." That's kind of how it works.
Shout out Dave Goodman, by the way.
Dave Goodman.
I gotta give shout outs a lot.
2021.
I'm trying to think. Somebody just this week brought up you guys playing at Hathaway Hall. And
is that
chairs
Godfrey
being ripped out?
Yeah, that was Godfrey. It was us and Judge Nothing. Yeah,
was that the name of that play? Okay,
Yeah, that was Hathaway Hall.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a weird show.
I couldn't remember who it was. I said Back at Dave.
It could have been Back at Dave too.
Probably was with Back at Dave. Yeah.
That was a crazy show. I hadn't thought about that for years.
Yeah,
that was I felt bad because
you didn't want that to happen.
Yeah, I didn't want that to happen because it was a real nice play.
It is interesting too. It's like there was a time where that was happening, like just even with VFWs or something, you'd go do, and it's like all of a sudden it's just like, oh, somebody ripped the sink off the wall in the back, and we were so like not that band, it's like why are you? It made no sense to us, or it's like Scott used to. It's kind of interesting, right? All this stuff that's happening with the Astro World thing or whatever, right? It's like we would do the same thing. We would kind of stop shows if it was getting dumb like that. It's just like, so it was just weird when you would see stuff like that. Oh, we're gonna rip the seats up, and it's like, we're not like Stravinsky 1917 here. It's like you shouldn't be like rioting in the streets. It's just right. It's just some rock music. Take it easy.
But the siren's been going on for so long.
You did a Stravinsky
Thank you very much.
There.
Threw that right in there. Right. Sure. I might not be right on the year. It was roughly somewhere around there.
I like that.
I was going to roll with it. You were off by about a year and a half.
Is it? Yeah, right. I don't know. Yeah. When did Rite of Spring drop? Check that out for me. Hey, Alex, can you fact check me on that?
He probably knows on the top of his head. So.
Get that for me.
I'm with you though. Like when I brought that up because I thought it would spark a memory when I say the chairs got ripped out because it was kind of
crazy. And that was WLCA. That was Matt and Darren put that on, and so I kind of felt bad.
But I'm kind of the mindset. Watching a beautiful theater destroyed to be a reason to not play anymore. Like if that's what you're gonna do, I'll just play at home.
It was kind of it is kind of and Scott is right. Like sometimes you're kind of watching this happen, and it's I don't know, maybe somebody gets amped off that, but that's not. Yeah, we were just kind of like that's not cool. It's like you're just supposed to have a good time. So
see, you guys are so energetic on stage. It just went to them, but they didn't know how to control it and use it in a good way.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they. Yeah, I was hoping like after we played that they would use that energy to open up an orphanage or something, or maybe like an artesian kind of candle company or something. But
or at least go home and have relations with one another.
And exactly.
But in a respectful manner.
Right. Yeah,
smell the glove.
Right, exactly. Unlike that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm sorry. First thing that popped in my mind. I know I'm not supposed to say the first thing that popped in my mind.
Right.
Sometimes I do.
What is this note that my producers have given me? Stop saying what comes into your head.
Right. Stick to the script.
That's exactly right.
So there you go. So that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, my gosh, what would that have been? Probably like 93 or
early
2 or something.
Yeah,
pretty early. Yeah,
pretty early. It was. I remember Judge Nothing played with us, and probably Back a Day.
I had to be Back a Day.
Yeah.
I remember being a great show.
Yeah, thanks.
That's what I remember. It got a little out of hand.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do. Can't control those kids.
No. Were you out at LCA then?
Well, I was trying to think. Did you mean Matt Costello?
Yeah, Matt and Darian.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would have been the year after we had a mosh pit there, but no one tore out seats.
Right.
Right.
That was the year
Because
after. I thought it
you
was
and
the year
Matt were
before
behind me.
Okay.
in
I was
school.
thinking it was the year before we played that they did, but it might have been. It was.
There was
the
a
year
show
right
prior
after.
to that one.
Okay.
Prior to
right.
that year.
There was for a couple years in a row there. They would the LCA
Was that
would
that
put
band
on good,
Mazo Christ you was in?
I don't remember.
What were they called?
I don't remember.
Nostril Christ? Is that what I heard?
That would have been way
that
better.
would have been so. My next band is going to be
Nostril
Christ because that is awesome.
Don't feel free to use that one.
Yeah.
I always want to name a band the Frozen Noses, but Nostril Christ.
Nostril Christ.
It seems to go pretty heavy.
And I'm horrible at naming bands, obviously.
Be like, so yeah, right. Yeah, your track record's
Mine not
great.
good.
Yeah,
Not
it's not
good
good
at all.
No, it's not too
Not
good.
good.
No, right. So yeah, basically, I wouldn't roll with it.
I mean, maybe sit on it a day or whatever.
Yeah, I'd stew over that one a little bit.
Write it out or in different fonts.
See if you have to do it in those heavy metal fonts that look like you just took a pile of sticks and just basically threw it down. And you're like, I don't know what that says, but apparently this band is amazing.
The first and last letters can make lightning bolts.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh,
See if that'll work.
slightly different time period, but that works
See if
also.
that works.
Sure. Yeah.
And see if any of it looks good dripping in blood.
Is that how you did Fragile Porcelain Mice? Like lightning bolts?
I know. I really wish I would have. It was just basically
again,
at an
back
open
to-
mic night at Kennedy's, and I just said Fragile Porcelain Mice. That's what we're called.
That's what we're called?
And then we had a decent little 4-song set, and they're like, okay, that's what
unfortunately,
we are.
they're just like, oh, there was people that's going to remember this here.
Yeah.
Darn it.
So
The first time I saw you, I remember expecting the name is not. You wouldn't expect as
yeah, and
as
that's why
high
I thought it was funny.
energy.
But I realized that what I think is funny.
Oh no, it
it
was funny. It just
Right.
took me a minute to get it because I'm slow.
Right.
But then it was just dumb. And then,
I
know it's done.
Look, it's when you're in your 20s, you think it's funny to be ironic, and then when you're older, you're just kind of like, it's just kind of dumb.
Yeah, I know it's I've probably the name turned off. I mean, in the 90s, bands getting signed and stuff like that. I think I heard something from one of our Jamie, who was managing us at the time, that somebody didn't like the name, and I was like, "Well, change the name. I just want money,
Right.
Right. All these people are
how do we sell out?
How are
That's
these people
what we want to know.
signing contracts and getting
That was one of my favorite things too. Like people, because we got a little radio play, which was nice or whatever, and people would come up all of a sudden and just be like, "You guys sold out," and we're sitting there just going, "No, we're trying to figure out how to sell out." It's just like could someone tell us? Because I'm not driving a limousine right now. It's just
I couldn't write a song to sell out. That was just I wish I could.
I want to sell
I was
out.
The dude in Third Eye Blind that I could write. Yeah, that's a catchy hook. And I would hell, I would have called myself Third Eye Blind, Junior or whatever.
That's your Junior. Yeah.
Or
You know what?
UK or
I always
whatever.
thought that was. I always felt
Third
like
Eye Blind,
Third Eye Blind was a
2021.
good name because most people are pretty blind in their third eye.
I mean, and that's another. Yeah, I mean, I get that's another. But you got to have the hooks to back it up, and we don't have the hooks.
Gotta have
stupid song.
Gotta
Stupid band
have the
name.
hooks to back it up.
Yeah.
Now other people have eaten their weight in mushrooms and their third eye's wide open,
Right.
but not everybody.
No,
true.
not everybody
That's
gets to be the Buddha.
true.
Not everybody gets enlightened as that.
Third eye squeegee. That's what I'm going to call my band.
Sure, exactly.
Nostril Christ and Third Eye Squeegee.
Nostril Christ will be the record
I'm
Right.
loving that.
and the single.
And the single.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Yeah.
loving it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to shoot through some gigs real
Oh,
quick?
yeah,
We're gonna do
yeah,
that?
yeah,
we got
absolutely.
Well,
the,
hey, man, whatever you guys want to do.
whatever you guys want
I
to do.
forgot
man.
what was happening here.
Well, that's what happens when we get here, apparently.
It's all good, man. We
Yeah.
got the shanties down at Morrison's,
There we
the
go.
truckers at Fast Eddie's tonight, open mic at Ragin' Cajun around 9 o'clock tonight. Everhart and Light doing it right now at Baker's and Hale at the open mic. And
All right.
what's his name? Graham Picano, 6 to 9 at George's Local Brew in Jerseyville.
That dude.
Soulshine Groove, 7 to 11 at the Moose in Edwardsville. Aaron Wilkerson, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Butch Moore and Alan White, 7 to 10 at the Corner Tavern in Edwardsville. Macy and Greg, keep it simple, 7 o'clock at Deutsch Village Inn and Pontoon Beach. And let's see what Mike Judy's doing tonight. He presents Aaron Gillespie All My Songs tour. Well, that's a good start.
Awesome.
9 o'clock at Off-Broadway.
So I'm surprised that all that is happening tonight
Wow.
in the Riverbend area. The only one that isn't on this side of the river would be the Mike Judy one, but Mike Judy's from Bethalto, and that guy is busy. I can't believe he's only got one. Usually he's like at Red Flag and at Off-Broadway.
Well,
that guy's
tonight.
Yeah, that's just one tonight. That's what I mean. Some nights he's got 2 or 3 going on in one night. The guy is killing it. Good job, Mike Judy. So there you go.
Shout out to Mike Judy.
Mike Judy, 2021.
Big time.
You remember when we had Mary from the Back Bar on?
Yeah.
Man, I staggered into that place Friday night, and sweet lady, the band Bacon was playing, and she is
Bacon?
everybody
That's a
loves
great name. Everybody loves Bacon.
When you say the name of my band is Bacon, no one says I hate bacon.
No,
That's a great
everybody
point.
I just said I love Bacon.
Great point. They have to.
Beautiful
They have to
name.
basically say, "I hate bacon," but I mean the band. I love
get-
bacon.
I love bacon.
I don't hate the band. Maybe I don't understand what the band's trying to do. Like I understand, but hold on a second.
But I love bacon.
But bacon. Let me be clear about this. Bacon, I love though. But I mean the band, the breakfast meat bacon. I'm good with bacon. I love bacon.
Bacon and potato chips, white
Dude, I don't love.
About Tangerine. How do you feel about Tangerine?
Tangerine. So okay, wait a minute. The band Tangerine or just the fruit?
The
song.
The album's
song.
called Tangerine by Matt Mahoney. It's brand new.
Oh, you mean the album? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. So Tangerine. I like. Oh boy.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
I love Tangerine. Bacon.
John Mondin playing on that record.
That
Recorded
sounds
down at
pretty-
Lighthouse along with Jay Christopher.
I
hope
suddenly
it helped
like
with something
tangerine.
Yeah, I hope we did.
Was it tangerines? I don't even remember.
Yeah, beautiful.
Llama to boot. Anyway, I was just giving props to Mary at the Back Bar. She's killing it up there. That's all.
Mary's
that's the
killing-
only
shout out
reason
to Mary at the
that's
Back
the
Bar.
only
Killing
reason
it,
I'm
2021.
bringing it up.
2021.
There you go. Hey, she survived the other crap.
When you're
So
a
there you
carnival barker, you can shout out a lot.
I
Carnival.
should have
Yep.
been a
Point that
carnival
out.
barker. Come see the lobster lady. Come on. Come one, come all. Come now.
I feel like a carnival barker a lot of times.
Yeah.
I heard about that in the first time we interviewed you.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not a singer. I'm more like a
Carnival barker. Yeah,
I was gonna
pretty
say,
much. Yeah.
Pretty much how you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See, I remember him saying he's not a teacher. He's just a programmer of children.
Well, yeah,
also
I'm
true.
indoctrinating these
Yes,
kids.
there is indoctrination.
There's a lot of indoctrination. A lot of indoctrination.
Right. Exactly. Right. Let's not get into that CRT discussion.
Oh my God, it's all I do.
It's all I do.
I'm trying to
what
start
you're
a cult.
here
So.
I appreciate the shout outs I get from our listeners telling me where to look for gigs, because that saved me a whole bunch of time.
Oh, that's nice.
Can I ask you
David
something?
Thompson, I'd like to give a shout out right now.
Yeah, shout out Dave
Dave
Thompson,
Thompson,
2021.
Send me a couple. So, and I wouldn't have known about him without him.
I don't even know what that
I got a question for you on that. Is Cherry Bomb sending you stuff?
No, I kind of
Cherry
linked
Bomb.
onto them, and I just keep updating their link.
I know.
'cause they
Cherry
stay
Bomb
busy.
is a Christian name, or is that a nickname?
That's what they called me in prison.
Cherry Bomb. Hey yo.
That is the name of.
packs of smoke,
It is
so
the
get you Cherry
name of
Bomb.
a song by the Runaways. The
Oh, it is?
Roots
Yeah,
of
yeah, that
Runaways.
is it.
But it
I know that song.
I
it
know
is
that, yeah.
also a local band that I noticed on cottonmouth.org.
Right.
There's a
Ooh.
lot
Where
of
everything's at.
Cherry Bomb
Yeah.
gigs up there.
Cottonmouth.
Yeah,
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
2021.
They play some bars that don't update their stuff very often.
Yeah.
So when I come across anything like that, I make sure
You
and
gotta
put
update. Those bars need to update
it
their
right.
stuff.
So
They gotta start
I
updating.
grab it when a band's doing it for them.
You gotta
Somebody's gotta act
you gotta
like
go
you
to that 5G. You can't. You gotta update
5G.
your.
I got
yeah.
that 5G, son.
Yeah,
Update
I
it.
want to get tracked.
I got that.
I got that 5G. Oh,
Yeah,
you
my-
mean that vaccine?
I do. I got that vaccine.
Oh.
I got that 5G.
got the
Metal,
5G.
metal sticks to me.
Get that jab,
I
son.
got that. I got that. I got that 5G. I'm like my own
Hey,
mobile
man.
hotspot.
You is. You like you.
I was wondering why I suddenly had 6 bars on my phone.
Let me tell you something.
I normally only got 3.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Everybody gonna want this as soon as they know they ain't got to pay for Wi-Fi no more.
There you go.
So I heard if I get the booster, I also get HBO for free.
Well,
HBO Max.
for 6 months.
For 6
For 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that.
don't know if-
The new Curb's coming out, so you may want to think about getting it.
How fast can you binge Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
That's basically the question, right? Am I going down to CVS today, or do I got to wait till I got an open weekend?
We can sit here and make fun of television shows because they're all stupid all day long. But let's just admit that the Tiger King brought the country together in a hard time.
I feel like really nothing has brought brought our country more together than the Tiger King. Actually.
Yeah, for a while there. That's how long ago that. I mean, that's like it seemed like
the Tiger King hits on a lot of levels. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah.
I know.
It's on a lot of levels.
I didn't bring him up because he's not.
No, you're
super cool.
You're dead on that.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on tiger conspiracies.
Don't get me started. Don't even get me started.
I'm frankly surprised you haven't started on Tiger conspiracies yet.
I was waiting for the tie-in.
I think I've said enough to you guys.
Speaking of Tiger conspiracies, that's when just everything gets weird.
Yeah.
Again.
Pretty PETA's all over you for being a poacher.
I've said enough to you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we done? Oh,
Break down the name Scott Randall. It's Randall. He was running dolls all over.
Yeah, it went wow. Like in the video of that, it's just us going, where's that going? Where's it? Oh, it went there. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I got to talk to HR tomorrow.
Hey, if you want, I can tell you how to win HR every time. You just say, I'm trans.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I believe you beat HR every time with it. I don't know. But
I didn't know there's a game like that, I guess.
Well,
yeah.
I think the trick is as many protected classes as you can stack up in your resume. I mean, I think if
whatever you can get in your corner to make them say you are untouchable.
All right.
So I'm just trying to help.
Thank you.
Hey, the more you know.
Star Swipe.
2021. 2021. I don't know what's going on here anymore. Are we?
Yeah, we never.
I'm sorry. Did you guys have an agenda?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start the show in 3, 2, 1.
Great.
Well, I was actually thinking when you guys were bringing up the whole thing that happened that you guys are on top of your viruses and stuff like that. I mean, salmonella. You talked about that on here.
Did
we did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the turkey's melting from the ceiling.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the info.
Oh
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, we're kind of like the CDC.
We're not really. We're a lot more like WebMD though. Actually, right?
Yeah,
like you're gonna listen to this.
Not World Health Organization.
You're gonna listen to this, and you're probably gonna make the wrong decision.
Right, and you'll just start thinking.
That's pretty much what's gonna happen.
That is the voice of Dave Winkler and Scott Randall.
Thank you.
Winkler and Randall. And they are from the band Fragile Porcelain Mice and other bands too.
Hello, everyone.
But we specifically have them on to make sure we promote. And I'm saying this because otherwise the time's going to be up. And we're not even going to talk about it.
I know we're bad at promoting shows.
I don't even know why I'm here half the time.
Yeah, it was
really? I don't either.
I am in the car and I was like, what are we doing?
What
are we doing? What did I just do?
So I asked Scott to come to Alton, but why did I ask Scott to come to Alton?
Just to talk about viruses, and
I lured him.
See,
wink, wink,
wink, wink, and a lure.
All right. So I'm sorry. So what were we doing?
Black Friday.
Yeah, Black Friday. So
Black Friday.
That show is on the
Black Friday's matter.
That would be the 26th,
right?
I believe it's 26th.
November 26th,
following Thanksgiving.
Correct.
The night after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Urge is headlining. So
Yes. You guys have probably heard of them.
You probably heard of them.
Yeah.
The first band playing is Sinister Dane, who hasn't played in 25 years.
Wow.
And we used to play with. So both those bands we used to play with a lot. And both those bands did a lot for us in the 90s because they had us open up for, put us in front of people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so so it's a good bill to be on, because both those bands took a chance because we were kind of a hard sell for both of their audiences a bit.
Yep.
It was
we're a little bit different than they are.
Or just a little I don't know but by them having us multiple times.
I think somehow we entertained them, I think is what it was more than anything, because I don't think initially really either of their fan bases particularly cared for us a whole lot, but and then you know how sometimes you watch something real cringeworthy and you start kind of pulling for them, where you're sitting there just going, man, you guys can get through this. I know you can get through this. I know you can get through this. And it's I think that's how we just won some people over. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, so it'll be a good. I mean, they haven't, like I said, they haven't played in 25 years.
Yeah.
So
that'd be awesome.
So it should be a good bill.
Wasn't it the Urge that had the frozen turkeys hanging?
Yeah, so that was the Thanksgiving show with the Urge. It was us and Bent, and we went on first, and so those turkeys started to melt during our set.
Yeah.
They were
and
gross.
it sounded like a great idea, probably in theory. Not at all, I guess, but that seems like a Herschel thing. Their drummer Herschel at the time.
I don't know who was responsible for that.
The founding drummer, he's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was I think it was 4 turkeys. It seemed like I want to say
I don't know,
maybe 3.
I don't know. There was enough that it was puddling on the stage.
And it got to be
gross.
kind of a hazard.
It was definitely a hazard.
Electricity.
You're playing in a petri dish.
Yeah, we were basically it was
true.
And we were just I think that might have been our second time playing Mississippi Nights. So we were just excited just to.
Yeah, we didn't care.
We didn't care if we're playing if we're in a salmonella puddle.
Right.
But yeah, that was but that was that was 90s. So that was the old school lights. It wasn't these nice little LEDs they have now that don't throw everything. I mean, that was basically it was really cooking those turkeys at about 150 degrees, though that was the problem. So it was going to take a month to cook that turkey, but it was cooking them very slowly.
It wouldn't take a month. It's like a couple of 64 old school 64 pars on there. I mean, it'll give you a suntan in less than 2 hours. So.
Yeah, right. Or some sort of bird flu. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So I was thinking, since this is Black Friday, any liquids you plan to have dripped on you at this show? Maybe like motor oil or something. Would that work?
Motor oil would be good.
So one question I didn't really come prepared for
was, what are you going to have dripped on you?
What you dripped upon you on Friday?
So I think we would we would probably have to talk to the Urge first, since it's our show. Say, listen, hey, we're planning on. Do you ever see the movie Flashdance? So I plan on doing a scene where instead of the shower scene at the Pittsburgh Script Club, I'm gonna it's gonna be just strictly 10W40, or just SAE 5, it's just like motor oil. And so you guys are cool with that, right? Or should I check with the stage manager here?
No,
it would be cool. Or no, I'm just
they'll be fine.
Maybe you could get revenge and get something on them.
Yeah, because I don't think it was there was nothing nefarious about the turkey. I just think the turkeys were kind of fun.
Bystanders.
It wasn't.
We just happened to be on
on
first.
Don't get me wrong. Just
because
because something happened that wasn't malicious doesn't mean I can't hold a grudge. I can hold a grudge.
Right.
But I don't have any ill will towards that particular thing.
I want to circle back to where you said the one question you weren't planned to be asked is, would you like it? What would you like dripped on you? I don't ask you that every time I see you.
It's a great point.
Right.
And the truth is, I was totally prepared.
And
for
the answer is ranch dressing.
In the interest of trying to produce good radio, I'm going to act kind of coy to the question.
I am so sorry.
Oh, I never thought about that. Of course I was ready.
Right.
It's just
forget we're on the radio.
We didn't have a 45-minute conversation before this talking about all the things we were going to cover. No. And then I was going to come out and just go,
it's a lot like a Jimmy Fallon.
Pig pen.
So right here I've got the prepared questions I was supposed to ask them. That goes out the window.
Exactly. Right. Radio.
We do have notes because we talk about who's playing where.
Well, let's be clear. That's the only notes I think you've got.
Because that's a lot.
It's a lot. That was an amazing list for a Thursday night, actually.
Night.
I mean, you guys got stuff going on up here.
He makes the list. The truth is, I can't even read.
No,
I was not indoctrinated properly into the society you speak of.
Right. Well, I'm illiterate too. I just kind of hear things and I tell the kids stuff, and then they
right.
And then
you don't have any parents? Oh, illiterate.
Yeah. Right. The other ill word.
I'm not good with this.
No.
Well, let's ask Dennis what's happening Friday night.
What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Remember, I got that invite from one of our listeners, David Thompson.
David Thompson, shout out 2021.
Yeah. Food for Christmas concert.
Right on.
That
sounds nice.
I like food and Christmas.
I like both those things.
Featuring Brian White, Donnie Lee Clark, and Wade Hayes, 7:30 to 10:30 at the Best Western Premiere in Alton. So you can get a room there too.
Heck yeah, man.
That is the way to do
food for Christmas.
Because I'm going to tell you, on Christmas, after eating a lot of food, the only thing I want to do is go to sleep.
At a Best Western.
At a Best Western.
That has a pool.
Premiere. They got a pool.
I think so.
They got a pool.
Yeah. Indoor pool.
Oh yeah,
pool table.
Oh yeah.
Or play
or
pool table. Pond's good for you.
Right. Pool or pond. Pond's good.
We've also got Let's Get Toasted bonfire.
Yeah,
which sounds awesome.
I'm pretty sure it's just a bonfire, but the title is
well
worth
around the bonfire or whatever.
Where's this bonfire at?
It is happening at Market at Milton. It is the old Milton School right on Milton Road there, which is
a great place for a Fragile Porcelain Mice show.
There's
some of the other.
There's a fire
heavier bands
in
around
the
town.
school?
So no, there's the school shut down years ago, and now it is there's a coffee house in there. It's the market
there's
at
a
Milton.
coffee house.
So
Wow.
it's like somebody's taking control of it. They have bands play there. So.
Like ghosts.
And there's
Like
a lot
ghosts,
of,
yeah.
There is some hauntings going on.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
okay.
This town's pretty haunted. I did a haunted tour a few years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So did you see any ghosts?
No, but the one dude had those like metal
Dowsing rods.
rods, and they were moving all
They
over
were
the place.
moving?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means there's ghosts.
There was ghosts there.
There's definitely ghosts there.
Yeah.
That Milton schools are creepy. When I went there in 4th and 5th grade, and it was
You felt something going on.
felt some-
I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys I was touched by a ghost.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Give me the doll and I'll show you.
Hold on.
where.
Hold on a second. Right.
Yeah, that's what I love about your
Where on
Alton
this
ghosts.
doll?
They're frisky. I like that frisky.
So we took Dennis just went up and investigated the Stratford
As a
Inn.
matter of fact, I'm doing that again Sunday with the ghost hunters.
Really?
from
So
A&E.
the ghost hunters from A&E came in a
What?
couple weeks
Oh, really?
ago.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Brian, what is it? Brian
Murray.
Brian Murray
Rochelle
and Rochelle Stratton.
Okay.
She's a potty mouth.
And they're
I
all
like that girl.
from Riverbend Paranormal. So
Anyway.
Nice.
You like that?
Okay, I do.
All right.
Anyway, they went up there and did it. Did a investigation.
Okay.
And then, but a few
Was it
years,
going off the charts though? And stuff?
Oh, yeah, that-
he's
okay.
trying to get back to the dowsing rods.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, what I was getting back to is the frisky ghosts.
Oh yeah.
There is a.
That's
We
from the
found out a
dowsing
couple
rods.
years ago that there. Yeah, that's right. There was a Vicky Main had some
Right.
dowsing rods, and they said there was lots of transient ghosts because it's a hotel.
All right.
And so we were able to ask questions, and it would just answer yes or no.
Okay,
Right. Go this
okay.
way for yeses.
Okay.
And I asked if there was a prostitute ghost, and it said yes immediately.
Okay,
So
okay.
the frisky ghosts might want a little something back. I'm just saying.
Sure. Hey, listen. Ain't
get the
nothing
business
for free
straight
in
up
this world.
front.
Ain't
Wow.
nothing for free.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing
Ask
for
for
free.
cash.
Doesn't even listen. Even in the
Even
afterlife.
in
ain't
the
nothing
afterlife,
for free.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is definitely the
those
creepy
dowsing
time.
rods.
But you know
Kinda
what I do
interesting.
like? What I do like is that when given the opportunity to ask a question of an ethereal being, that was where you started.
I wanted to know how the night was going to play out.
Probably a good idea.
Fair enough.
Get that out of the way.
Fair enough. You're not like, hey, can I ask you some existential questions, like, perhaps like what happens
what
after
is-
you
yeah.
die, or anything like that, or it's just like, all right,
These are hookers.
Didn't he put out for money?
Look, I might not always make the best choices. I once had a friend who drove an ambulance, and he called me on New Year's Eve and said, "You wouldn't believe it, but I got Jesus and a midget in the ambulance with me." I said, "Bring the midget here. I got questions."
There you go. Right. Sure.
I don't always make the best choices.
Just with a complete disregard for why they were in the ambulance. You're like,
Well, I don't
no,
know,
you're
yeah.
gonna have to make a stop by here first. I'm afraid.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So what
questions.
happened when he got there?
I can't go into details
Sorry,
on that.
fair.
Hey, look,
All right.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I see.
And this was on Vegas Street. I don't know if you know it.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know Vegas.
No idea.
It's my driveway. I put a sign there.
Oh, I was gonna say it's really convenient for you that you get sort of like that basically that freedom to just go. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
See where we're at.
So there you go. Wow. I don't know what's going on. in
Yeah,
here.
I love it. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's
well,
get back to
I guess
Friday
we're-
night.
What's playing? Who else is playing?
oh,
I'm
you want to
sorry.
know what's going on?
We
Brian?
were talking about a
Very
bonfire.
bad.
My bad.
Yeah, no. it's all
Let's get
good.
toasted.
Get
We got
toasted.
pianos at Ragin Cajun.
Ragin.
Right.
All right.
And let's see, Nate Sickmeier and Company and Generation X, double duty, one at 2, other at 7:30, and then
At Fast Eddie's Bone Air.
Tragg Band at the VFW, and all
you go.
7 to 10. And here's a brand new band making their debut,
What? All right, the D-Butt. Loving
Right.
it.
Piasa Canyon.
All right.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh.
Do you know Chris Miller? Chris Larson?
Son of Glenn Miller.
Adam
friend of,
Theisen?
No, I don't
We know special guest Dan Floyd, though.
I know Dan
Shout out
Floyd.
Dan
He's a
Floyd.
good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy. Good player, good singer. I just jammed with him a couple weeks ago.
That's Chez, Maryland, 7:30 Friday.
Wow. There
What are
you
they
go.
called? Piasa Canyon?
Piasa Canyon.
There's a little,
It's very topical.
yeah,
Right.
The little
regional flavor.
regional connection there.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
Yeah, also on Friday, Grand Band at Bakers and Hale, Darian Rowe at the Brickhouse in Bethalto, Lively at JJ Thermos at Eastgate and East Alton, Worth the Fight, 8 o'clock at Martin's Tunes and Eats in Wood River, the Southside Bluesy Boys, 7 o'clock at Moose in Wood River,
We got the Poor Dirty Astronauts. What a great name. They're 5 to 8 at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville. Then we got Strangers 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Ben Peters 7 to 10 at the Outlet in Edison's up in Edwardsville. And Dan Whitaker 6 p.m. at Reese's Brewery in Edwardsville. Now this is a big one here.
Yeah, legendary Babies vocalist.
Yeah, John Waite.
Bad English.
Bad
Remember
English.
that
What?
band?
John Waite's coming to Alton?
John Waite. No, Edwardsville.
He's going to be playing Friday night at 8 p.m. at the Wildy Theater.
Yeah.
So there you go, John Waite.
Wow.
Nice.
Soulshine Groove 7-11 at the Moose in Edwardsville. Laney and Julie at the Cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon at 6 o'clock. Coldwater Creek 9:30 at Patrick's in Granite City. Down and Dirty at Deutz in Pontoon Beach at 8:30. Dustin Coleman 7 to 10 at Georgia's local brew in Jerseyville. Jonathan Baker at Aries Winery 3 to 7. Steve Mellis Open Mic night. Yeah, the Hog Pit every Friday night. And then here's the Road to Point Fest, Session 1, Round 2, with the local 1781. They're on our side.
Yeah, we've had them on our show before.
Oh, they a union?
They are 1781.
Has something to do with shopping save.
That was the address to the old shopping save, and they all worked there together.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
that's
they just
great.
named their
Great
band.
story.
A lot of thought into their name,
1781.
not like yours.
No, that's a whole lot more thought than mine.
Yeah.
Our names, yeah, the one I came up
The more
with.
you shop, the more you save.
Well, shop, yeah. I miss shopping save.
I miss shopping.
I used to have the thing where you had it was almost like the advent calendar thing where you put the stickers on and you get.
You get like a tool or
Yeah,
something?
yeah,
Yeah.
Green stamps, we call those.
Yeah, Eagle stamps.
Eagle stamps.
Yeah.
There
Eagles.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So back to the Road to Point Fest. One band from our area, from
1781.
this side of the river, 1781.
Nico.
Band 2 from this side of the river.
Yeah.
From
And then a Brave
Nico.
New World.
Wow.
No inside there.
Yeah.
Shots Fired and A Living Hell.
There you
6:30 at Pops
Shots
and
fired is pretty
Sage.
much what this whole interview usually feels
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, it's
And,
the living hell.
Topical.
And that's put on by the Point.
Topical humor.
Just like you
Topical humor.
guys' gig.
What's that?
It's put on by the Point as well, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, isn't it?
Is that show put on?
Well,
I
I've
guess
seen
it
the
is
little
Point
logo
Point.
on
Yeah. Yeah. That's not because of us. That's
Oh,
because of the
Oh,
Urge.
no.
Because
no,
of the
no,
Urge.
No. Yeah.
Because
Again,
of the
look,
Urge.
window dressing. That's just
It is
we're-
fine.
So that brings
Fine.
me to an interesting post I seen this week.
Oh, dear.
From Ryan Wasabo.
Here we go.
Shout out Ryan Masaba.
Bird Cloud.
Bird
right?
Cloud Studio, yeah.
He says that the Urge is the only local band that gets played in rotation on the Point.
Probably.
And then all the other bands are only on the local show. If they-
Yeah.
Seasonal or
Probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while they'll play, but like rotation is like what? Like when you
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's probably
Yeah.
true
I don't know.
as of right
I'm
now.
trying to think of who else.
You
would
guys
be.
ever played on the Point?
They played us, but we were never in rotation. Like the
Right.
rotation thing, that was like we actually we were trying to get on. We had a couple radio stations. There was one in Kansas City, one in Champaign. That if they were like, if you can get in rotation or like on like
Yeah, they would have picked us up.
They
or
would have
something.
they would have picked it up and that, and so we would go like to meetings like on their like when A&R people or whatever record people would come in, and they would, a lot of those labels would try to sell stuff to you know to
the management,
to the
and
management
that
and stuff like that.
program.
So
Yeah.
we were trying to, and it just wasn't happening. We were
Yeah.
just basically kind of like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't. We didn't have anybody backing us. So
Right.
those are interesting meetings. though. Like Matt Costello was working there at
Right.
the time, and I learned that he didn't always endear himself to management, so which was great. And so, but yeah, no, I would probably think that the Urge would be probably maybe as of right now the only local band.
The only-
Maybe I was thinking maybe like at one probably Story of the Year maybe at one point or Greek Fire or something
even
like that.
probably a while back you'd have had some other bands like
King of the Hill
or,
and the
or
Hair Band,
like
yeah.
what was it?
I don't think they were around the Point. King of the Hill.
Stir, I think might have
What
been.
was
Yeah.
why can't I think of Gravity Kills? Right?
Oh,
they,
yeah,
they were,
Gravity
they were,
Kills,
yeah,
yeah.
So they were for
yeah,
those
so there
types
for a
of
while, but
bands
yeah,
for a
right
little
now
bit,
maybe
but-
it's just the
Yeah,
Urge,
might
it's
just
local.
be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So Ryan probably right on the money on that.
Ryan, shout out.
Yeah.
Just wanted
Very
to
observant.
Yeah. throw in at you
Throw-
guys. I know you guys are on there from time to time
Every once in
talking
a while.
about
Every once in a while,
shows.
but
yeah.
Sure.
Not a
Somebody feels
rotation.
sorry for us or something.
I think
Yeah.
right after the infamous Illuminati interview that you guys went on the Point the next day. And
Yeah,
did.
we probably did, and probably
We did.
exposed a
Talking
lot
about-
of.
Oh, we
yeah.
talked about it.
We exposed a lot of
I
stuff.
talked about it. Because I think I was still in shock. I was like, I
Sounded
was
like
like,
it.
I'm like, I feel like it was kind of like a therapy group I was in. I thought I wasn't, but I thought I was, and I'm Dave W., and I've had a traumatic experience.
I've had a traumatic radio experience.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, Dave, you're amongst friends here.
I don't think I am.
It was really
I can't
enlightening.
trust anyone.
Hey, let's finish out our Friday
let's do
real
that.
quick
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
we got
sorry
2
about
more to go. No, it's okay. We went off the rails there because it was like
4 and 20.
shots
4 and
fired.
20.
That's what we do.
4 and 20 tribute to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. 7:30 at the Family Arena in St. Charles, and
A lot of local guys in
a lot
that
of local
one.
guys in that band. Yeah.
All right.
Mr. John Mondin there too.
Mundine.
Yeah. And another Mike Judy presents the Unfiltered Tour, 7 p.m. at Red Flag in St. Louis to wrap up Friday. And there you go, man. We got a ton of stuff on
A lot of stuff
Saturday.
happening.
That is just the Friday. That was a lot on Friday. And it looks
Good
like there's
gracious.
even
Good
more
Lord.
on
It's
Saturday.
like Thursday and Friday. I'm already tired.
I know.
I'm exhausted from all these shows.
We're going to start at
I'm just
11:30
listening.
on 11:30 a.m. on Saturday.
Whew.
That's how we do it.
That's how you guys do it up
Yeah.
here in A-Town.
Look, A-Town stayed down.
See, my thing is, I wish I liked music.
Yeah.
Because if I did,
You have
if
a
I
lot of
did,
shows to go
there'd be
to.
a lot of freaking shows to go to.
There is
Well, how about
plenty
something
to see.
besides music that's art?
Go ahead. Go ahead. What do we
Okay,
got? Let's hear
we
it.
got
Yeah.
Riders of the Riverbend.
All right, and that
It's
is
a mix and mingle.
okay.
You got
social event.
30 published authors, poets, photographers, screenwriters, illustrators, and more from 11:30 to 4 at Mavis Coffee.
That sounds like there's going to be a lot of scarves there.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you
Milton
right
School
that
on.
is probably an amazing event for someone who is far more literate than me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, it is all happening at Mavis Coffee House. That's at the Milton School that we talked about earlier, Milton Market.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Market
It's
at
a lot
Milton.
better than listening to all this music you guys are talking about.
Yeah. Well, David Thompson, remember him?
Yeah, David
Okay,
Thompson, yeah.
He sent me another one. Colton Dixon with special guest Hannah Kerr and Jordan St. Cyr.
I'm sure that show will
7:30
be
to
good, though.
10:30 at the River Church.
If you have a
City
if
on
you have an
Austin
artist that
Brick Road.
has the word saint in their name,
Yeah.
then you know it's good.
It's going to be good.
It's going to
And
be
they're
good.
playing,
playing
at
at
River
church.
Church City
It's
on Fosterburg
Church
Road.
City. I don't know
River
what that
Church
means.
dot City.
That's how it was
I did
written.
not notice.
I know.
We're unclear. We're unclear on what that one is.
Yeah,
then.
I'm not quite sure.
Somebody say, can somebody call in, but not to talk to us, just to clarify that for
Clarify
us,
why
please?
that dot is
Yeah.
there.
All right, thank you.
That's
Well,
totally-
it's so they're it's no longer all .com, .org, .gov. So now there's like a Red's Auto Parts where his the website is Reds.parts.
Okay.
So I imagine this is a church's website.
So you can-
riverchurch.city. It must be something.
Can you just do that now? Is it completely unregulated?
I've just been. I think I have no idea.
Okay.
How
Ran
I've
out of,
just
like
recently
.coms and
noticed. Yeah, I've just recently
and nets.
noticed that it's not just .com and .org.
So after
anymore.
this interview, because I
ORG.
respect you guys' time, but after this interview, I'm going to get on my fancy phone and I'm going to figure out what's going on with this dot stuff.
All
There
right.
you
Report
go.
back to us.
I will
We-
absolutely do
Dot
that.
City.
Consider
Micro dot.
Consider it done. I'm going to do it.
What would we do without you, Dave?
Thank you.
All right, what else is happening on Saturday evening in the Riverbend area? We got Kevin Gruen.
Yep, the trio. 8
He's got the
o'clock
trio.
at Chez, Marilyn's in Alton. Shotgun Creek, 8:30 at Third Shoot. Number 2 in Alton. Ed Belling, 7 o'clock at the Lodge at Lovejoy in Alton. Naked Soul, 2 to 6 and all mixed up. 7:30 to 11:30 at Fast Eddie's. Hooky, 6 to 10 at Chubby's in
That's
Alton.
them silly boys again.
We like Chubby's and Alton.
Hooky monster.
Me one hooky.
The pianos again at Ragin' Cajun on Saturday. Number 4 combo at the Bakers and Hale, 7 to 11 in Godfrey. And what else? Tripwire, 9 p.m. at the Dock Holidays in Cottage Chills. Eric Ryan, 1 o'clock. And there they are, Stubblefield, 8 o'clock. Our guest last week, at least one, Joe Cox, at Martin Tunes and Eats in Wood River. Hey, man, we got to take a call.
Oh, somebody.
let's
Hey,
see
somebody's
what's
probably
Somebody's going to
clearing
clear
up
up
that
the
dot
mystery.
thing.
Here
Thank
we
you.
go.
Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello, caller. You reached Riverbend Talent. Was you wanting to be on the air? No, they got the wrong number. Which
Oh, I'm sorry.
we had a winner last week. So,
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a
And
winner.
a loser.
You don't have a winner.
And
Look
a
at that.
loser.
They tried again. Let's see.
Okay,
Let's see.
okay.
Are you trying again to reach the radio station, Riverbend Talent?
Nope.
Still no.
No.
Yeah, they're there. I can hear the radio in the background.
I'm trying to
radio
reach
down.
Casey's. I'd like to get a large pepperoni.
Naked open lines right here on the Big Z. Anything you want to talk about?
Hey now. Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, well,
Local ghost.
whoever it was didn't want to talk to us, so there you go.
So we got the DJ down at the franchise. That's Trico, the Vault, 4 to 8, and Bitter Pill, 9 o'clock at the Pump House in Wood River. Screaming Eagles Jam Band, 8 o'clock at the Tri-County Rod and Gun Club in Brighton. John Evans, 7 to 10 at Georgia's local brew in Jerseyville. Hey, their opening day of the ice rink is at the loading dock in Grafton. That signals most of the outdoor gigs are done in Grafton, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of like the closing of the pool, basically, on Memorial Day.
Or seeing Santa ride a razor on your TV and Christmas is here.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff.
Right. John Jarrett, though, 1 to 5 at Aries. They probably moved him inside in Grafton. Soul Sign Groove, 6 o'clock at Wild Pickens in Chesterfield. That's definitely moved inside. Money Shot, 7 o'clock at the Legion in Kane. Down at the Legion, you know what goes on there.
I've been drinking down at the Legion.
A lot of drinking.
Jared Lutz, 5 to 8 at the Stagger in Edwardsville. Mike Sonderreger, most R's and G's of anyone we have on here. 7
Wow, that's pretty Dutch, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's
a couple
7
of
to 10
A's in there or something.
Global Brew in Edwardsville.
Well, yeah, it should be a cool.
Mikey B, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Danny Callagher, 2 o'clock at the Foundry right next door in Edwardsville. Pavlov's Dog.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Our buddy Steve Scorfina there.
Steve, I think Steve
well, he's not doing it. It's just Eric Surkamp and his
really?
friends.
Just Surkamp. I'm sorry, Surkamp. Without
You need
Steve.
Julia.
Were they playing? Pavlov's Dog's playing?
The Wiley Theater.
Oh, that was
Wild E Theater.
No bad.
Yeah, it does.
No bad seats in there.
That is what everybody tells me.
I haven't been in there, but that's what the word on the street is.
And it is since they rebuilt that place, it's just beautiful.
No, actually, it's weird. I had somebody at work just talking about that this morning and said exactly the same thing. No bad seats, and great venue.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is at the Pavlov's Dog, 8 p.m. at the Wild E Theater.
That's right.
Saturday night.
Laney and Julie, 7 to 11 at the Moose in Edwardsville. Pussycat and the Swallowtails.
Love it.
Pussycat and the Swallowtails.
Oh, they're Belleville. They're from Belleville.
Yeah.
I love that name.
9 o'clock at the back bar.
Was a student of mine.
At the back bar.
That's right.
It is a rock and roll place out there.
Bacon last week and Pussycat this week.
And I want to tell you what, the drinks you could stiff drinks, tight
And
like a tiger.
So easy to find. I don't think how we made that very clear when we had Marion on. I mean, you just go to the Wild E Theater and turn left into the parking lot, and you're at the
right
back
after
bar.
there. Yeah, it's
That's
a
convenient.
cool place.
You can't miss the Wild E. No.
Or the Big
Lots of
Cow.
lights.
Or
Lots
any
of
of that
lights.
stuff. There you go.
All right.
Molly Rittenhouse and Andy Veloff.
Yep.
And that is 6 p.m. at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. Then we got Dustin Coleman, 6 to 10 p.m. at Wooden Nickel in Glen Carbon. Moving it down to Granite City, we got Lickety Splits. Lickety Splits, 9:30 at Patrick's, which is a good band name and a great strip club name.
Oh,
absolutely. The Lickety Splits. Down and Dirty, 8:30 to 12:30 at Doyce Village Inn and Pontoon Beach.
Another good strip club.
And Down and Dirty at Lickety Splits. Then we got the Road to Point Fest session.
Horrible strip
1,
club
round
name.
3.
I'm not going to the strip club. Well, I'm probably going.
Yeah, whatever.
Point Fest.
So who do we have?
Populations on the round 3, we got Population 0, the Monocles, Euphoria, which I haven't heard Euphoria, but I love Euphoria. We got Fireside. That's
Local.
our own local guys. And then 86 Red, another band from this side of the river. So
Formerly Hive Mind.
a lot of Alton area bands making it into the point to the Road to Point Fest.
So if you know any of those guys, buy tickets from them. It helps them win, like the Intrusion did.
Oh, is that how that works? So, yeah, buy some tickets.
Yeah.
I thought that was like you actually had to fight.
Come on, you guys spending the game long enough. We're honest out here about it.
Oh, I see. Is that how that works?
We're not trying to do the smoke and mirrors thing.
Oh, I see.
We're just letting
It's not best. It's not necessarily the best band wins. It's the band that sells the most tickets wins.
Right.
I believe that is how most of these gigs work.
All right.
Ever do a Club 367 show?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, not in Fragile.
Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
somebody's out the
People
window.
are beating on the door.
Sorry
I
about
think
that.
that's the wrestling
Oh,
crew.
my.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my.
Oh, boy.
No,
Oh,
but other
my.
bands we played at
terrifying.
367. Yeah.
But what was it? What was it? Stages, I think. Like actually, we had to sell tickets there one time.
John
too.
Green.
So it's like
John Green
ran
yeah,
stages for a
yeah.
while.
There was a lot of like ticket sales kind of stuff with that.
You ever hear a story of any band buying all their tickets just so they can win a contest?
No.
Yeah,
I
we
actually
couldn't
no,
afford
really
it.
no, because we certainly didn't have that kind of money.
that kind of money.
I mean, it's like
Yeah, we were all calling our aunts and grandmas. Grandma, $3.25. You don't have to come.
you don't have to. In fact, please don't, because I don't want to have to explain things. Yeah.
So that brings us back to the beginning of the show where he talked about making our
See how I do that?
selling our
Yeah,
own tickets.
that's called full circle.
So
Radio.
I know you guys
At
just
Club
love
3
when I do that.
I
At
do.
Club 367,
You're pro, baby.
sometimes you would not only have to sell your own tickets, you would have to make your own tickets to sell. They wouldn't even give
really?
you the tickets to. Not always, but sometimes. Right?
What was the dude's name? Because
Parm.
Parm.
and
Yeah,
Saint,
so
Saint
the thing is, man,
But-
we got to get a roof on the place, and we got to do that. And we get a lot of money, man.
Why are you sniffing like that?
Yeah.
That's how Parm
That's
did it every
usually
time.
it.
That's
Yeah.
because
This is because there was probably a lot.
Oh yeah,
I'm just doing my best Parm impersonation.
I see. All
My
I
son's helped me with this place, man, and it's going good, man.
Yeah.
Right. He was shows in there.
yeah.
how else
yeah.
can you become a club owner?
Shows.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that
gotta-
place.
Toxic brew.
It's not
Toxic
from the
brew.
money.
Toxic brew.
Oh,
Drink
yeah.
that
Big
toxic brew.
this is the bad thing about Toxic Brew. See, you guys were so good, it might not have happened to you, but as soon as you see those out in the audience, you know that the little glow sticks that are making them glow are getting chucked at you. And, you
Oh, my
know,
God.
usually in the
Toxic
state
brew.
of mind I was in, I'd see like 8 of them coming at me, so they were really hard to dodge.
Sure, right. And you're like, you thought you had Matrix powers because all those mushrooms your third eye was enjoying, but you really didn't have Matrix powers. Yeah, I see. All right, I understand now.
So they,
Oh,
Yeah.
367. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Quickly wrap up Saturday here real quick. Scott Marlin, 8 o'clock at Unwind Lounge in Highland. Bobby and Jimmy Rowland, 7 o'clock at the Concordia in Staunton. And Flipside, 8 o'clock at the Smokehouse in Pyron. I call it Pyron. I don't know if it is. It could be Piron.
Piron.
I don't know.
Piron.
Hey, I
like
wanted
that he
to
was a
announce
Pyron,
that,
actually.
Riverbend Bluegrass,
Yeah.
they signed with Englehart Music.
All right.
And they're going to release their first single. It's going to be You'd Better Get Right, which is a Bill Monroe song. First recorded by the Stanley Brothers in 1959.
Good gracious.
So
Going
yeah,
back.
congrats to them.
Absolutely.
For
Shout out.
signing.
Who was
and,
that? Tell me
were
that
you
again.
guys there with the Urge right after they got signed?
Yeah, well,
We
there was,
were.
yeah,
We
we
were.
were. There was
We were.
we were playing with them in Springfield, Missouri, and there was a poster, and it had the Epic logo on it, and I was like, "What?" And I asked Steve, I go, "Did you guys get signed?" Because Epic and Immortal, or whatever like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, yeah, they're just re-releasing, the record and that." I was like, "Well, were you guys gonna say anything about it?" And they was like, "No, I mean, they're just, it's like, so they were super low key about it,
Yeah.
like real low key about it."
Yeah.
So, they didn't brag about it or anything.
Which is
That's
interesting,
they
right?
Knew
Because
what it really was.
well, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, man, and it's like I won't mention names, but there were other bands in town that got kind of signed to much smaller deals who made a big deal out of it,
Sure.
and it didn't end up being anything for any of them. So it was just
Pan
like,
out so
yeah,
much.
yeah. So it was always kind of funny, right? That,
Right.
that-
Yeah, and those guys knew they just had to put the work in. I mean,
right?
to
Yeah,
stay on
right.
top
And
of
they,
it, you
yeah,
just
they
gotta put the
definitely
work
did.
in.
Yep.
So.
Toward
Yeah,
the
and
time.
for people who are just tuning in, that's why you guys came here tonight.
Yeah, to
because,
promote the show that we're
putting-
playing
putting
on
some
Black
work
Friday,
in.
November 26th at the
Yeah.
pageant. It's
2021.
2021. Sinister Dan goes on first. They haven't played in 25 years. Then we play.
so they're
and
probably not going to be
we-
very good if they haven't played in 25.
They're probably
I
going to be really
actually
good.
disagree.
They're,
We're
they're probably going to blow us off
we're-
stage.
Yeah,
And,
probably not
yeah.
going to go like that at all. Actually.
So
Right.
we'll play, and
Yeah.
we're just going to try to get on and off, and then because people got to go to Best Buy and like stand out in lines
Yeah.
for like
Yeah, you gotta
TVs
get
and
up
stuff like
4
that.
a.m. You still got to do that.
You got to do that stuff for
okay.
for the sales, and then the Urge will play, and then people
My,
will be
my
all
kids
happy.
just ask for cash. It's pretty easy for me now. To
But
do
yeah,
any of
that's
that
on.
stuff.
My kids just tell me I'm not the real dad, so it's fine.
That's probably saves you a lot of money.
Oh,
It does.
I'm their real dad around Christmas time. I know that.
So as far as I know, it's all original lineups and all the bands do, right?
well, I don't know, original.
Well, I mean, it's
Pretty close.
probably
thought Sinister Danes-
lineups that have been intact for a long
Long
time.
yeah,
time.
like
Long
Sinister
time,
Days. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
this is the lineup that when they put out their record on Columbia.
Yeah.
So Joe, the singer, he's coming in. He's from Kansas City area. I think Lawrence, maybe from Lawrence. So before that, Pete Bold was the singer,
Yeah.
and so but Joe was the singer when they were recording.
Didn't
that
their
record.
original drummer spontaneously combust
I think
that was Spinal
I think
Tap.
that's Spinal Tap.
Oh.
And a gardening accident.
Yeah, the
Nothing
no,
left.
that was Toto.
They did have a few guitar players.
The
I
gardening
think, yeah.
accident was Toto.
There was
Oh, was
nothing.
that Toto?
I think it was
that
Toto.
was Toto.
Yeah, I think it was Toto.
My
Yeah.
bad.
There's
Yeah.
nothing left but a little globular.
Just nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I
So
don't think it was
it's,
cocaine.
yeah,
I don't
Friday,
think it was,
November.
It was totally gardening.
it was gardening.
Yeah, Friday, November 26th at
Yeah.
the Pageant.
It's a
Yes,
pageant.
yes,
yeah.
correct. Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know what this is. I mean, I think Mass are they still doing the Mass?
You know what?
I
So
believe-
that
have to check
we
with the pageant.
should know that, but just
Check with
double
the pageant
check
on
with
that.
that
Check
stuff.
with their website, but I believe all of the shows that I've been to recently
Yep.
have been, if you're vaccinated,
Vax card or
they
whatever,
they
negative
hold their
test.
cell phone up real
Yep.
close to you. If their bars go up, you go ahead and get in.
Gotcha.
Yes, correct. Yep.
So if you got that 5G,
You got that
son.
you got that 5G? You got that 5G?
Got that implant.
Yeah.
Circling back to the beginning. Again.
Correct.
See
Yeah.
how they work? No,
You guys,
they,
listen. You know what I love now. Really, is just like it's like you guys are so bored of us that you're just now touting. Like, did you see what we did there?
Right.
Did you,
Yeah.
Hey, amateurs, did you
Look
see
at-
what we did there?
What's
And
even
then-
funnier
Yeah.
is that we
Yeah.
just said
Yeah.
back when the show started
Yes.
that we planned nothing.
Well, that's
And
apparent.
we
Yeah.
obviously didn't.
You're doing what the jazz guys call riffing, and it
Oh.
still works out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It all
We're
comes
just-
around.
It all comes around,
All
man.
comes
Y'all-
back around.
Pretending.
Eventually, you find that
like that,
5
yeah.
or 7
Yeah.
or whatever like that, and you guys are in tune.
We don't know what's going on,
Yeah,
right? Because we're just average.
I'm just like, give me something 4/4. I have no
I'm
idea
all
what's going
ones
on.
and threes over here.
Yeah.
You know, we seen it in a movie once, so
yeah.
tried
I
to
like
do
it.
At least pretend we did it.
Yep.
Don Imus used to do that stuff, just bring
I
that
think so.
around. I mean,
Randy kind of say it
also-
like this, though.
He did horrible things to children too on his camp. No, I don't know if any of that's true.
oh, I think it was that Jimmy
I
Savile.
don't know if any of that's true.
Wow. Well, you just went
Bring
right
that
after
back
it.
around.
Well, hey, listen, better Don Imus than me this
Right.
time. I mean, that's all I know.
Lure.
Hey, Big Ben, I
Phil
know,
Spector
I
all
know
over
we
again.
have the guys from Pro Wrestling Epic coming in next.
Yes,
year
I
to
think
do
they're.
it.
I think
so
they're
those
out
are the
there.
dudes that
I
were
think that's who's
banging.
beating on the
But because we don't have a show next week, I'd like to try to get through the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Just
do
go
it.
through
Let's
that
do it
list.
quick. Do it.
But before we
Yeah.
do, we can't pass up the very first thing on the list for Sunday. I
Sunday.
just want you to
Church.
read that out loud.
Oh, so here we go. Sunday.
church.
Drag meet bingo. I love it.
Drag
Church.
Drag meet bingo.
bingo.
Win money.
MEAT.
Win money and win meat.
Right.
So
You had
What's
me
the-
at drag meet.
What's the drag part?
I'm
you drag
picturing-
racing?
I'm
And
picturing
play
drag.
bingo?
I'm picturing people in drag whipping out.
That's what I'm asking. Is it
Or is it drag racing?
Well,
In
with your
drag.
host, Dieta.
Okay.
Put two and
Interesting.
two together
I mean,
and
look,
you
if
get
it's a meat
25
shit,
It's
bucks.
I'll
not.
probably
It
go.
doesn't say with your host Divine, but we're just going to go ahead and guess that Dieta is somewhat close.
Okay.
to
Could be
okay.
A Towns
I
Divine.
have no idea. I'm
So
making all
where's this
up,
at?
man.
Where's the drag meet?
It's
bingo
at the lodge at Lovejoy.
I will be
okay.
there
All right.
because, and I
That's
will be
Sunday.
Mostly just so we can figure out what's
Sunday,
going on.
Sunday.
hopefully.
That's the Lord's Day.
Yeah, I
It is
know.
the Lord's Day.
It's going to be Lordy down at
You
the
know who
lodge.
will be there? Steve.
I think they're going to call it Meat Sabbath
No, he
down there.
won't.
Oh, is he passed on?
No. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Wow, that took a dark turn.
Sorry,
I just meant
I haven't seen Steve Geddeker in a
Steve
long
doesn't-
time.
Steve, I don't think he does anything on Sunday.
We're at that age now. We're at that age where
Could
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
just assumed he just wasn't selling electronics. On
Basically, anytime I say to Scott, I'll be like, "Well, you heard about that, right?" And he'll just be like, "Oh,
Steve Geddeker's dead.
no, and I'll be like, "I wasn't even talking about Steve Geddeker."
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about David Gantz. I don't know. Let's do this Wednesday thing.
Yeah.
before we
Oh,
get-
Wednesday,
we can
yeah,
get back
sorry
to the
about that.
drag meet
Wednesday,
because I
yeah.
really got to look into that.
We got
all
to
right.
put, that's one of the biggest nights to play. That's why you guys always played Thanksgiving Eve, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It has become nationally a
A lot of
great
people
drinking
from out
night.
of town come in.
I think it's
It is true.
it's a huge night for
up.
drag racing
And-
and drag queens.
I think it's like-
and
like
bingo,
Dragonflies.
dragonfly, and
Basically, if you want to just find your,
If you wanna win-
some girl in high school you didn't quite ever connect with,
right.
I think it's like that.
You say, hey, I got a bingo card and
and I'm
a
home
ham.
for one night.
Well, and when this
Oh, not till Sunday
Not
though.
till
When I go to the
Sunday.
drag meet.
Yeah, go to the drag meet
when
bingo.
said girl from high school shows back up and hasn't been in town, you can look right at her and say, "I'm a cowboy astronaut lawyer," and she doesn't know that you're not all those things.
You know, well, that's probably why you've had better luck than I have. I
Right.
never
I've also
led
got the
with-
called
costume.
spitting.
I've also got the cowboy astronaut.
It's called spitting game, son.
Yeah, I got to recognize.
Oh, Wednesday. Do the Wednesday. Let's
yeah,
do
we're
that.
going to do that. And anybody who wants to see what's happening Sunday through Wednesday, you can go to cottonmouth.org. It's all right there.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So start on Wednesday, 5 A's Animal Shelter Benefit Concert.
Yes.
with Stubblefield and Channel 3. We had them on last week.
Yep.
Doors open at 6 at the Owls Club. I know you guys are very familiar with Owls.
Yeah, we were talking about that at Stagger.
Alton,
When we
yeah.
played Judge Donnie, I saw Judge Donnie playing. There was owls there.
Yeah.
I was fascinated by them.
I like owls.
They're
I like
a hoot.
owls.
They
are
are a hoot.
literally a hoot. Literally a
Oh,
hoot.
that was neat.
See how it came back around there? See how
It's
you
came
guys-
back.
see how you guys
I'm-
did that?
Yeah, I'm learning this radio stuff.
I'm telling you.
This is
yucky.
this is like a master class.
Right.
Right.
You know what I need?
Master class of what not to do in radio.
Well, next time we come in, like, we should just be given, like, the sound effects things.
Yeah,
Like, I
right.
should just be, like, going, you know.
All right.
You guys came in because you have a gig.
On the 26th
On
of
the 26th,
November at
right,
Pageant. Yeah.
But not on Wednesday, which
With
is
the
what we're
Earth.
talking
No,
about.
but we're talking
right
on
now.
Wednesday right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
This
Let's
is
get
this
through-
is
let's
coming
get
up
through
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
and then 2
Thanksgiving
days later
Eve.
come to our show.
Right, yeah.
But on Wednesday, you could see Kickstart at 10 p.m. at Mike's 10 Pin, which is just down the corner.
Is that a
from us
bowling
here.
alley?
It is not. It is a bar. It is the roughest bar in town. No.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I,
That
I
sounds like
don't
a
mean
good
that in a
time.
bad way.
No,
I
you just
mean it
mean-
in a good way.
Yeah,
mean,
man,
like,
you gotta be tough
hey,
to
if
get
you-
in there. I like that.
If
I
you're looking
love
for
that.
some uncertainty in your evening, that's all I'm saying.
I just, if I bump into Mike now, I'm
That's-
going to get thumped.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
yeah, Mike's got a reputation to uphold.
You got that right. That's why we say it's a tough bar. Tough for the people going in there that want to start trouble.
Oh,
Right,
Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
Because he just wants a cool night and everybody get along.
Who doesn't want
You
that?
know.
And if you
Kind of like you guys. See how it
Yeah.
came back around?
Back around. I saw what you did there.
Man,
and it
telling
was
you.
it was a tradition for years and
Mind
years
blown.
that John Mondine and the Mondine Band
Right.
played every Sunday down there at the Tin Pan. It's going to happen again. I feel it. It's coming back.
All right, let's get through Wednesday.
Yeah,
Come on,
so we got
guys.
the
Let's
Step
focus.
Brothers at Fast Eddie, 7-Eleven.
All
The Dead Roses with their brand new lineup. Mikey Lowenstein on bass and vocals. Dan
know they
Floyd,
did.
we talked about him earlier, guitar and vocals.
Yep.
Sarah Schumacher,
There you
yeah,
Schumacher.
guitar and vocals. 8 o'clock at Chez Marilyn's and Alton. The Doppelganger live at, well, look at that.
Bakers and Hale.
They're calling it Skanksgiving.
That's
what-
what they
that's
call
what
it.
they call
That's
it.
that
They
hook
call that
thing I
Wednesday.
was talking
Yeah.
about. I never got to,
Yeah.
But they call it that.
but
Yeah.
that's what they
Suddenly it's sexier
That's a Doppelganger at Bakers and Hale and Godfrey.
All right.
if you're into skanks.
I mean, if you're into that.
All right,
Or
flip the
frogs,
frog.
yeah.
Or frogs. Flip the frog. 7 p.m. at the Sunset Bar in Godfrey. Then Cherry Bomb. 9 p.m. at the Short Stop
Right.
East Alton.
Runaways.
Walk on 9 p.m. at the Pump House down in Wood River, and then Flipside 7 p.m. at the Moose in Wood River. Also, Tanglefoot 8 p.m. to midnight up at Uncle Al's in Jerseyville, and then we got an
place.
open mic night at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville.
Right, Mike Sonderreger, 7 to 10 at the Global Brew in Edwardsville. Double Y Duo, 6 o'clock at the Cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon. Scott and Michelle, 6 o'clock at the Mexican Honorary Commission in Granite City.
GC.
And kick off the holidays with Rock
I don't think we're allowed to do
Box.
that anymore.
Rock Box, 9 p.m.
Rocker Box. I like it.
Yeah, Rock
Rocker Box. I
Capital
like it.
E.
Clever.
It's
Yeah, 9 p.m. at Patrick's in Granite City. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Southside Bluesy Boys, 7:30 at Patty McD.
Patty McD.
In Granite City. Bobby and Jimmy Rowlands at Deutz, 7 o'clock. Scott and Marlin at the Old Herald in Collinsville. Little
the Old
known
Herald,
back
yeah.
up in Staunton at the camp station.
You get it, though?
I get it.
All right.
Yeah, I get it.
All right.
Skylark Brothers Duo, 6 to 9 at the Chateau Lavin.
That's
French.
In Columbia. And Rogers and Neenhouse, 7 to 11 at the Highway 61 Roadhouse in Webster Grove.
There's a roadhouse in Webster
It is
Grove.
insane.
I've
really,
been to
though.
Webster Groves just recently. It doesn't seem like a roadhouse kind of town.
It's not a roadhouse town.
Yeah.
Like maybe 1955. maybe.
Yeah. But
Turns into one when Rogers and Neenhouse show up.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
what
it
you're saying.
does.
I see what you're saying. All right.
It seems more like a chip Cheerio.
it
It's a
doesn't
little,
seem like
it's a little
ro-
uppity these days.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a roadhouse town. But I'm not judging. I'm just saying
Right.
it just doesn't seem
No,
like
it
a
just doesn't
roadhouse
feel
town.
like roadhousey.
Yeah.
Making your way in the world today. That's the music that goes in my head when I think of a bar in Webster Groves.
Oh yeah. It's a little Cheers thing. Yeah, a little bit of a Cheers
When I
thing.
think of Webster Groves, I think of Sam and Diane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks
Ernie
to
Pantuso.
Fragile Porcelain Mice for
Yep.
coming in tonight.
Oh,
Thanks
man.
for letting
Scott
us
and Dave.
confuse everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if we really helped.
Yeah.
Anything,
I
but-
think you did a great
Oh,
job.
thanks.
Yeah.
You can't hurt this show. I'm
the
gonna
way
tell
you guys
can't.
bring it back around.
Well, you guys bring it back around.
You guys
we're just
do.
we're just here. It's
Look.
your world, and we're just in and living in
Just
it.
living in it.
Yeah.
We're
You
here
guys-
we're here to learn.
Yeah. Because when we start our own podcast, because everybody's got a podcast,
right?
We'll
Man, and people
we'll
are
bring it
constantly.
around.
I mean, you know what? I do find that like really, people are constantly asking us to. They're never
a podcast.
They're never
Right.
asking.
Yeah,
us
they're
to do
saying,
that.
dude.
I think you should.
Yeah. But we'd have to bring it back around,
Yeah.
and then
that sounds like work.
That sounds like a lot
Look,
more
and I
work
mean,
than I'm
I'm
really
not a
into.
fan of work.
Dave and Scott taking over the world one podcast at a time.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah.
Dropping our second episode on. It's like, I mean, it's been a year and a half.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of like her last album.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Longer than that. Longer than that. We are resting on our laurels. I am not faking the front. I'm not faking it.
Listen, we're like a poor man's cheap trick. Is
Yeah,
what we are
right
at this
now
point. It's
we
just
are we are literally praying to play on the circuit round where
we want the state fair.
we want the state fair circuit.
But since
To
we weren't
hear
that
that?
big, could we do county fairs?
Well, yeah, I'll do if they brought back county fairs. Well, we
Could we do a county fair?
I would love to do a county fair.
You will be doing the pageant.
On Friday, November 26th, opening
right.
for the Urge, playing with Sinister Dane.
2021.
Yeah.
And we'll be playing all strictly songs that we wrote when we were in our 20s.
Yes.
There you go.
That is cool.
And
That
if
was
you
when
have
we were
not
good.
seen a Fragile Porcelain Mice show, get out and see it because it's an energetic show.
And you don't know,
That is
maybe
not what I thought he was going to
Yeah,
say.
right. It was
I
like
thought he was going to tell
Well,
you how lucky you are. If you've somehow avoided this for the last 30 years, I mean, at this point,
I would stay home.
just stay
Yeah,
home.
just stay
Nobody
home.
wants to catch
Don't
this.
risk it.
You
Don't
can't
risk
unsee
it.
this, okay?
Yeah,
you
no,
cannot
don't
unsee
risk
this.
No.
Just keep basting the turkey.
That's
and
it.
ignore
Yeah, don't
everything.
risk it.
That's it. Look,
Stay
just
home.
Just carbo load and just sleep for a whole
Basting
day.
the turkey, is that a euphemism?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I think they're playing on Tuesday night.
I think Pasting the Turkey was Judy Blues. Or
They're
whatever.
playing at the creek at Judy Hills or whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
Snort
having
Christ.
us. Appreciate it.
Was it Snort
It's
Christ?
Snort Christ is playing.
Nostril Christ is playing on Mondays now at the they're the house band
at the Piasa, like
at the
Dock and
Piasa
Load or something or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
At Tin Pins. They're playing at Nostril Christ will be the house band at Tin Pins. See if you can,
Basically, music for fighting at Tin Pin.
This is great. These guys make me seem like on key. Like everything they say is like
you know how
totally
many times
made
I've
up.
heard that. This guy
yeah.
makes me seem like I'm on key.
Yeah.
Because that guy's atonal.
Yeah. Right.
I
Here's
think
what's
what he
weird.
was trying to say is I don't have to talk much when these guys
I
are
like
here.
it.
Yeah, I know.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys should come back more often.
Well, that's by invite, so there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Quit blocking my number. I keep having to call Graham and get your new number every 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. You know what's weird is I've had the same number for 25 years, so yeah.
Hey, can you believe Halpin Music Company allowed us to do this?
6 years.
Halpin did?
Yeah,
Halpin's like a
Stop in
legitimate
and-
like
Yeah, right.
music store.
That's a
Yeah.
real.
They like
that's
sell
a
like
real
brass
organization.
instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
For 6 years, they have sponsored
Right.
us and allowed us to do this. And
Thank
and
They know that?
well,
Right.
Is this a secret
try not
bank
to tell
account
them.
that they
Yeah.
don't know about?
we don't make a big deal about it. We just mention them and hope the checks keep coming.
I see. Right.
Matt Van Vorst does know about this from Stubblefield.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
And,
Sexy Matt.
He was not on with us last week, but that's okay. We'll let him slide.
All right.
Yeah.
He's a Macias insurance agent.
Oh.
But works at a place called German Insurance as well. I'm still confused
And
about
he
that.
sells
Up in
you any-
Jerseyville.
He will sell you any kind of insurance you want to.
He'll sell
it's
snow to
great.
an Eskimo.
That's right. So that now he
So that's it.
he is a great insurance man. So there you
Shout
go.
out.
Check out Matt Van Vorst, and if you have him come to your house to give you a quote, tell him to bring his guitar, make him play you a song, man.
Oh, have him
there
sing
you-
that
make
quote
him,
to
make
you.
him work for it.
Make him work
like
for that.
it's like trick or
Matt
treat. You
loves
don't
it
just
when I say this.
You
Have
don't
him
just
sing a
you don't
quote.
just drop a piece of candy in that bag at trick or treat. It's like I want to hear a joke. Make him work for it.
Well, make him work
Make
for
him
it.
work for it.
Sing that quote, son.
Yeah,
All
sing
right.
it.
We have bent your ear long enough. I thank you for sticking with us through this
Yeah,
whole
thanks.
thing.
Oh my
folks.
goodness, you
Yeah.
poor. There was actually people that listened to this.
Yeah, David Thompson.
Well, I know 3 people whose radios are broken and they just can't get it off.
Oh,
so
that's
they have
terrible.
to
They
That's
gotta listen
terrible.
to it.
Frank Zappa. Right?
Well,
so there you go. A big thanks to Dave Winklewer
Thank
and
you.
Scott Randall. of the Fragile Porcelain Mice. Get out and see them the Saturday or the Friday after Thanksgiving at the Pageant. And all of you, make sure you definitely get out and support local music and art.